In November 1971, a man boarded Northwest Orient Flight 305 in Portland, Oregon. He wore a business suit and a black tie, with a pair of dark sunglasses covering his eyes. He handed the flight attendant a note, claiming to have a bomb on board. The note demanded $200,000 in cash and 4 parachutes. He also specified that the plane should fly to Mexico with its landing gear down. The flight attendant, Tina Mucklow, discreetly signaled to the cockpit. The captain and first officer acknowledged her signal. The plane landed at Seattle-Tacoma International Airport, where FBI agents and local police were waiting. The passengers were released unharmed. The hijacker remained on board with the crew. With the ransom money and parachutes delivered, DB. Cooper instructed the crew to fly towards Mexico. The hijacker ordered the plane to fly to low altitude and a slow speed of around 200 miles per hour. Investigators later noted that these conditions were unusual for someone planning a daring escape. As the plane approached Washington State, the hijacker directed them to fly over a rural area. At 8:13 p.m., the hijacker opened the aft staircase door and jumped out of the plane. Witnesses on the ground saw a figure with what appeared to be a parachute descending into the wilderness. To this day, no definitive trace of DB, Cooper, or the ransom money has been found. The case remains one of the great unsolved mysteries in aviation history. As the story of DB, Cooper unfolds, we'll explore the possible motives behind his daring hijacking and the fate that awaited him in the wilderness. Before we begin, a small request. Most of the people listening tonight aren't subscribed. If this channel has ever helped you drift off, take a moment to subscribe. It's free. It helps this channel more than you think, and you can always change your mind later. And if you feel like it, leave a comment telling me where in the world you're listening from and what time it is where you are. I love reading them. One more thing before we begin. I'm also a co-founder of a sleep app built to be the most affordable one out there. No ads, ever. Just sounds and stories made to help you sleep. It may not be released yet as this video goes up, but if you're watching a little later, it might be out by now. Have a look in the description below. It works on iPhone, Android, and everything in between. Downloading it is the best way to support this channel. In November 1971, on a chilly evening, an extraordinary event unfolded aboard Northwest Orient Airlines Flight 305. A man who would later be known as DB, Cooper, boarded the plane in Portland, Oregon. He carried with him no luggage, but a suitcase full of cash and a plan that would soon captivate the world. As the flight took off, Cooper remained calm and collected. He waited until the plane reached cruising altitude before he made his move. He approached the stewardess and handed her a note containing his demands. As the stewardess read the note, she realized the gravity of the situation. Cooper was serious about his threats and would not hesitate to follow through. The pilots were informed about the demands and began coordinating with air traffic control to arrange for the delivery of the money. Meanwhile, Cooper remained in the cabin, his eyes fixed on the window. The tension aboard the plane was palpable. Each passenger and crew member knew that the fate of the flight rested on Cooper's next move. Would he follow through with his threat to parachute out? As they approached Seattle-Tacoma International Airport, the plan was in motion. The pilots would land the plane and Cooper would exchange hostages for the ransom money and parachutes. With the ransom secured and his escape route prepared, Cooper made one final demand. He insisted that the plane fly at a low altitude and with its rear stairs down to facilitate his jump. As the plane headed east over the forests of Washington State, Cooper donned his parachute. The pilots kept the plane at a low altitude and speed, hoping that the conditions would be suitable for a safe jump. The crew members watched nervously as Cooper stood by the door, his eyes scanning the darkness outside. Would he take the leap? In a moment that would forever change aviation history, DB. Cooper jumped from the plane and disappeared into the night. It was a night unlike any other in the annals of aviation. November 24, 1971, to be precise. The Boeing 727, piloted by Cooper's chosen crew, was flying through dense clouds over the rugged landscape of southwestern Washington State. Cooper had meticulously planned his escape, choosing a path that would take him away from potential witnesses and into the sparsely populated wilderness. At 8:13 p.m, the rear door of the plane was opened, exposing the cabin to the cold night air and the howling wind. Cooper, now dressed in a parachute, stepped out onto the rear step of the aircraft. The bag containing $200,000 secured to his body, he prepared for the daring leap. The 727 was flying at an altitude of approximately 10,000 feet and cruising at a speed of around 196 miles per hour, conditions that were treacherous even for an experienced skydiver. The plane's tail was buffeted by strong gusts of wind, creating a chaotic and dangerous environment for Cooper's jump. Despite the perilous conditions, Cooper executed his plan flawlessly. He leaped from the plane and disappeared into the night, leaving behind a legend that has captivated aviation enthusiasts and mystery buffs for decades. In the wake of DB Cooper's daring hijacking, the FBI faced a perplexing mystery. Who was this man who had brazenly boarded a plane, demanded ransom, and then vanished into the night? As the days turned to weeks and months, the agency found itself on a relentless manhunt, combing through an array of suspects and clues in an attempt to unravel one of aviation's most enduring enigmas. The initial search focused on the most obvious leads. Cooper's meticulous planning suggested experience with skydiving, indicating that he might be a military veteran or an aviation enthusiast. The discovery of 8-year-old ransom bills in a child's bedroom in Oregon added another layer to the puzzle, hinting at the possibility of an insider within Northwest Orient Airlines. Investigators scoured flight manifests and employee records, interviewing anyone who might have interacted with Cooper during his brief but memorable encounter on Flight 305. The FBI also scrutinized handwriting samples, attempting to match the cryptic notes found at Tina Barr's home with known suspects. But as time wore on and new leads dried up, it became increasingly clear that DB Cooper's trail had gone cold. The case took on the troubling hallmarks of an unsolvable mystery, a shadowy figure whose identity remained elusive despite exhaustive efforts to unmask him. For the FBI, every cold case carries with it an implicit promise and challenge that some future piece of evidence or technological advancement could finally crack open the riddle. It is a testament to the enduring allure of this mystery that even decades later, the hunt for DB Cooper continues, inspiring new theories and speculations. The unanswered questions surrounding DB Cooper have become a symbol of the unresolved past, a reminder that sometimes the most daring exploits leave behind more mysteries than solutions. His fate, like his true identity, remains shrouded in the mists of time. Yet amidst all the uncertainty, there is one certainty. DB Cooper's story has left an indelible mark on aviation history and popular culture, a tale that continues to captivate the imagination even as the years pass by. And so, as we delve deeper into the enigma of DB Cooper, we must also grapple with the complexities of a cold case, a conundrum that defies easy solutions but offers endless avenues for intrigue and speculation. For now, the legend of DB Cooper endures, a testament to both human ingenuity and the sometimes inscrutable nature of fate. The story of DB Cooper begins not with the man himself, but with the clues he left behind on that fateful day in November 1971. Clues that have only deepened the mystery of his identity and fate. Amidst the chaos of a hijacked plane and a daring skydiving escape, something small but significant was discovered on the ground. A tie clip, and 8 black bills from the ransom money. These physical remnants became crucial pieces in the puzzle. Investigators scoured every detail of these items, hoping they might reveal something about the elusive hijacker. The tie was a standard Windsor knot, nothing unusual there. But the tie clip bore an engraving, WWWs, with a diamond pattern. Could these initials be the key to unlocking Cooper's true identity? Many hypotheses were formed, but none could be definitively proven. The enigmatic WWC continues to haunt those seeking answers. The black bills themselves were a symbol of the audacity of the hijacking. 8 of them, each worth $20, scattered across an open field in Washington state. Imagine for a moment these bills were touched by D.B. Cooper himself. They are not just paper and ink, they are tactile links to the man who defied gravity and vanished into the night. As for where these clues might lead us, that remains a mystery. Despite decades of investigation, the true identity of D.B. Cooper remains one of aviation's greatest enigmas. Perhaps someday another clue will surface, another piece of the puzzle will fall into place. Until then, D.B. Cooper remains a phantom, a ghost in the skies that continue to intrigue and bewilder. The legend of D.B. Cooper is not just about one man's daring feat, it's about the elusive nature of truth and the clues that guide us toward it. Over the years, numerous theories have emerged about the true identity of D.B. Cooper. Some suspects include a veteran who was an expert skydiver, while others point to a criminal mastermind with military experience in parachuting. There's also been speculation about a man with ties to organized crime, seeking to avoid apprehension for his previous misdeeds. Despite these theories, no one has been definitively identified as D.B. Cooper. Theories range from the plausible to the fantastical, with some even suggesting that Cooper was a government agent on a secret mission. However, none of these theories have been confirmed, leaving Cooper's true identity and fate shrouded in mystery. What became of D.B. Cooper after his daring hijacking? This question continues to captivate and intrigue those drawn to the enigma surrounding his story. The Federal Bureau of Investigation, FBI, has been at the forefront of this investigation since 1971, when Cooper hijacked a Boeing 727 plane and parachuted from the rear staircase with $200,000 in ransom money. Cooper's daring escape has captured public imagination for years, fueling numerous theories about his fate. However, no definitive evidence has emerged to conclusively identify him or determine what became of the money. The intrigue surrounding Cooper's identity is further amplified by the lack of any confirmed sightings or recoveries of the money. This absence adds a layer of mystery to an already captivating story. Investigators have pursued multiple leads and examined various suspects, yet none have provided conclusive proof. The case remains open, signifying the enduring challenge posed by Cooper's audacious act. The lasting significance of Cooper's disappearance lies not only in its audacity, but also in the enduring fascination it holds over the public imagination. His story serves as a testament to human curiosity and our collective obsession with the unknown. Each new lead or piece of evidence rekindles hope that the mystery might finally be solved, yet the case remains tantalizingly incomplete. This persistent uncertainty only adds to its allure and enduring appeal. As time passes, the search for D.B. Cooper's true identity continues to be a source of intrigue and speculation. The legacy of this cold case serves as a reminder of aviation's history and the enduring mysteries it holds. Ultimately, the enigma of D.B. Cooper stands as a testament to the power of human curiosity and the enduring allure of the unknown. His story will likely continue to captivate for decades to come. In 2016, a significant discovery was made in the ongoing mystery of D.B. Cooper. A child found decayed remnants of a parachute and rotor cuff near the Columbia River in Washington state. The location was approximately 40 miles east of Vancouver. This find sparked renewed interest and speculation in the decades-old hijacking case. The parachute and rotor cuff are key pieces of evidence that could potentially shed new light on Cooper's fate. These items may provide insights into how and where Cooper attempted to make his getaway after the hijacking. The decayed state of the parachute indicates that it has been exposed to elements for many years, aligning with Cooper's disappearance in 1971. The discovery reignited the search for more clues, drawing attention from both amateur and professional investigators. With new evidence on the table, the enigma of D.B. Cooper is once again at the forefront of unsolved mysteries. Each new piece of information brings us closer to potentially unraveling one of America's most enduring enigmas. The search for answers continues, driven by the enduring allure of this captivating case. The story of D.B. Cooper has transcended the confines of a single criminal investigation, leaving an indelible mark on popular culture. Books, documentaries, and films continue to be produced, captivating audiences with this real-life mystery. Cooper's daring hijacking and subsequent disappearance have sparked a fascination that shows no signs of abating. His story has become a symbol of American folklore, embodying the spirit of adventure and rebellion. Inspired by Cooper's tale, numerous books have been written, each offering a different perspective on the case. These works have kept the mystery alive in the minds of readers and researchers alike. Films and documentaries have also been produced, bringing the story of D.B. Cooper to a wider audience. These productions often delve into various theories and speculations surrounding the hijacker's identity and fate. The public's enduring fascination with Cooper can be attributed to the unresolved nature of his case. The fact that such a brazen crime could go unsolved for decades adds to its allure. Cooper's story is often seen as a testament to the human spirit of adventure and freedom. His actions, though criminal, resonate with those who dream of breaking free from societal constraints. This captivating mystery continues to fuel public imagination and inspire new works of art and entertainment. The impact of D.B. Cooper extends beyond the realm of crime stories, tapping into our collective fascination with the unknown and the unresolved. Perhaps it is this very elusiveness that makes Cooper's story so compelling. The mystery serves as a reminder of the enduring appeal of unanswered questions and the human desire to solve them. Despite the extensive investigation, the true identity of D.B. Cooper remains one of the most enduring mysteries in modern history. Cooper's motive for hijacking Northwest Orient Airlines Flight 305 on November 24, 1971, and parachuting from the plane with $200,000 in ransom money is equally perplexing. Did he plan to live a new life with the money? Was it a desperate act driven by financial struggle or personal loss? Or was it simply an audacious crime for its own sake? The fact that Cooper's true identity has never been definitively established adds another layer of intrigue to the case. Theories abound. Some believe he landed safely and lived a quiet life. Others think he was killed by the jump or shot during the parachute descent. What makes this event so compelling is not just the audacity of the crime itself, but the enduring legacy it left behind. The hijacking occurred on November 24, 1971, when a man identifying himself as Dan Cooper purchased a one-way ticket from Portland to Seattle aboard Northwest Orient Airlines Flight 305. The mystery deepens with the fact that despite an extensive search by the FBI and local law enforcement, no trace of Cooper or the money was ever found. The only physical evidence recovered from the scene were a few remnants of the tie he had worn. This has led to a myriad of theories and speculations about what might have happened to D.B. Cooper. Some believe he successfully landed and lived out his days in anonymity. Others suggest that the extreme conditions of the jump, including the cold temperature and high wind speeds, might have been too much for him to handle, resulting in his demise. The case remains open, with the FBI still officially listing it as unsolved. The enduring legacy of D.B. Cooper lies not just in the unanswered questions about his fate, but also in the way his actions have captured the public imagination for decades. His story has been depicted in numerous films, books, and documentaries, each adding a new layer of mystique to the legend of D.B. Cooper. Cooper's legacy serves as a reminder of the allure of unsolved mysteries and the enduring fascination they hold over our collective consciousness. The hijacking was meticulously planned, every detail executed with precision. The ransom money, $200,000, was carefully packed into a knapsack. Cooper's leap from the plane into the dark night was as dramatic as it was daring. No trace of him or his parachute has ever been found. Theories abound, but none have been conclusively proven. Did he survive the fall? Was he a skilled skydiver or an unwitting victim of his own audacity? Perhaps we are drawn to such enigmas because they offer a glimpse into the uncharted territories of human nature. In Cooper's story, we see the eternal allure of the unsolved, the tantalizing unknown that keeps us searching for answers. his daring act and elusive identity continue to spark our imagination and curiosity. The daring hijacking of Northwest Orient Airlines Flight 305 by a mysterious figure known as DB. Cooper continues to intrigue us. To unravel the true identity of this enigmatic figure, we must delve into his potential criminal past. Before he became DB, Cooper, some believe that this elusive figure may have operated under various aliases. These aliases could provide clues to his true identity and shed light on his motivations for the audacious hijacking. One of the aliases linked to DB, Cooper, is Dan Cooper. Records indicate that Dan Cooper was involved in a series of bank robberies across several states in the years preceding the hijacking. The pattern of these robberies suggests a level of planning and sophistication that hint at a more organized criminal operation. This raises the question, could DB Cooper have been part of a larger criminal network? Another alias reportedly used by DB Cooper is Richard Floyd McCoy Jr. McCoy was a known criminal with a history of armed robberies and escape attempts, similar to the profile emerging around DB Cooper. McCoy's modus operandi and physical appearance bear striking similarities to descriptions of DB Cooper. These connections suggest that DB Cooper may have been drawing on a wealth of experience from previous criminal activities. Understanding his potential criminal history adds another layer to the mystery of DB Cooper. It reveals a man with a past, perhaps driven by more than just the thrill of danger. As we continue to unravel the threads of this captivating mystery, one thing remains clear: DB Cooper is more than just a name. To delve deeper into the enigma of DB Cooper, we must explore a pivotal player in this mystery, the Central Intelligence Agency, or CIA. The CIA's involvement in the initial investigation is shrouded in intrigue, with details that have emerged painting a complex picture of their role. In the early phases of the manhunt, the CIA played a crucial part in analysing any potential connections to foreign governments or espionage activities. Their expertise was vital in sifting through any international angles that could have been at play during Cooper's daring hijacking. However, the CIA's involvement also raises questions about potential interference or obstruction in the investigation. Was there a deliberate effort to muddy the waters and steer the case away from certain conclusions? The reasons behind their interest remain a matter of speculation, but it's clear that high-level involvement could have significant implications. Could this be a clue to understanding why the case of DB Cooper has remained so tantalizingly unsolved? The parachute used by DB Cooper in his daring hijacking has been a subject of intense scrutiny for decades. Recent advancements in forensic technology have shed new light on this enduring mystery. Scientists have employed cutting-edge methods to analyze the remnants of Cooper's parachute, which was found scattered across a rural area in Washington state. These innovations in forensic science have allowed investigators to extract crucial DNA and material evidence that could help identify the hijacker. Among the intriguing discoveries is the identification of specific fibers and materials used in the construction of the parachute. These findings point to a manufacturer or supplier with unique characteristics, potentially narrowing down the suspects. The parachute's design and fabric suggest it was likely sourced from a military or aviation background. Cooper's preparations included procuring equipment that matched these specific details, further supporting the theory of his extensive planning and potential experience in skydiving or related fields. By understanding the origins and specifications of the parachute, investigators can form a clearer picture of Cooper's intentions and preparations. This information helps in narrowing down suspects who might have had access to such specialized equipment. For now, each new discovery brings us a step closer to understanding what became of DB Cooper and his audacious escape. The true identity of the enigmatic hijacker may still be hidden, but with each piece of evidence unveiled, we inch closer to solving this enduring riddle. In the wake of DB Cooper's daring hijacking, the aviation industry was forced to confront a new reality: the vulnerability of commercial flights. Cooper's unprecedented actions sparked a ripple effect, leading to significant changes in airline security measures. One of the most immediate responses was the implementation of the Cooper Vane system. This system involved installing a physical barrier in the cockpit to prevent unauthorized access during flight. However, this was just the beginning of a series of transformative changes in aviation security protocols. The hijacking also highlighted the need for improved passenger screening procedures. This led to the establishment of metal detectors and X-ray machines at airports across the world. The implementation of these measures was a direct response to Cooper's ability to bypass security with ease. In addition, the incident underscored the importance of secure communication channels between pilots and air traffic control. The introduction of encrypted radio systems ensured that critical information could not be intercepted by potential hijackers. These advancements in airline security have undoubtedly made commercial flights safer for passengers and crew alike. Illustrating the lasting impact of the hijacking, the aviation industry continues to refine its practices in response to evolving threats. The mysterious hijacking of Northwest Orient Airlines, Flight 305, remains an enduring enigma in aviation history. Among the many theories, one stands out: the possibility that D.B. Cooper had criminal associates who might shed light on his true identity and fate. Several suspects in the D.B. Cooper case had known ties to organized crime. One notable figure is Richard McCoy, a convicted bank robber with a penchant for hijacking planes. His 1972 hijacking of a Delta Airlines flight bore striking similarities to Cooper's. McCoy's hijacking was meticulously planned and executed with precision, much like Cooper's. Both men demanded money and parachutes, aiming to escape the plane. The FBI, however, ruled McCoy out as a suspect due to discrepancies in physical characteristics. Another suspect with ties to organized crime is John List, a convicted murderer known for his meticulous planning and ability to disappear without a trace. List's background in engineering made him capable of executing complex plans like the Cooper hijacking. Despite their criminal histories, neither McCoy nor List were conclusively linked to Cooper. However, their methods and backgrounds provide intriguing parallels that could point towards an insider job or a well-planned heist. Investigators have long suspected that Cooper may have had help from within the airline industry. Insider knowledge could explain how he managed to pull off such a daring and well-executed crime. In the decades since D.B. Cooper's daring hijacking, investigators have received numerous tips from informants. These anonymous sources have provided insights into Cooper's possible identity and whereabouts, playing a crucial role in shaping the case. One of the most intriguing pieces of information came from an unnamed individual who claimed to recognize Cooper's distinctive tie pin and scarf. This informant described the pin as resembling a Jolly Roger flag, a symbol associated with pirates and daredevils. The tip suggested that Cooper might have been a pilot or someone with aviation experience, capable of navigating the plane through treacherous conditions. Another informant reported seeing a man fitting Cooper's description in a bar shortly after the hijacking. This sighting took place in Canada, adding another layer of complexity to the case as it spanned multiple countries. Despite these leads, law enforcement struggled to validate the informant's claims. Many were anonymous or lacked concrete evidence to support their stories. The FBI and other investigative bodies conducted exhaustive searches and interviews, but the trails often went cold or led to dead ends. Yet, these informants played a vital role in keeping the case alive, fueling the persistent belief that Cooper might still be out there, waiting to be found. Their contributions highlight the importance of public involvement in solving such mysteries and the ongoing search for a definitive answer. For now, the mystery endures, and with each new lead or tip, we inch closer to solving one of aviation's greatest unsolved cases. In the vast expanse of the Pacific Northwest, a mysterious figure known as D.B. Cooper has captivated imaginations for decades. The evidence collected over the years offers tantalizing clues to his identity. The tie, a distinctive black and gold Windsor knot style, has become an iconic symbol of the case. Fragments of a parachute found near where Cooper is believed to have landed add another layer to the mystery. These parachute remnants, along with the tie and other clues, have been subjected to rigorous forensic analysis. Recent advancements in DNA technology and trace element analysis have provided new insights. The money bills scattered by the wind on that fateful night have their own story to tell. These bills were from a specific series and bore serial numbers that have been meticulously recorded. The serial numbers and the condition of these bills offer invaluable clues to Cooper's true identity. In the vault of evidence, every small detail is a potential key to unlocking this enigma. The significance of these pieces lies in their collective ability to narrow down suspects and confirm theories. The timeline of the DB Cooper case is dotted with significant milestones, each shedding light on the enduring mystery. The plane landed in Seattle, where Cooper exchanged hostages for cash. He then instructed the crew to fly towards Mexico at a slow speed, ostensibly to allow him time to jump. Despite an extensive search effort, neither Cooper nor any sign of his body were found. The case remains unsolved, with several theories and suspects, but no definitive conclusions. In 2016, a team of amateur sleuths uncovered pieces of fabric from Cooper's jacket near the Columbia River in Washington state. These fragments were consistent with the type and color of the jackets worn by Northwest Orient employees during that time period. The discovery of these fabric pieces added a new layer to the investigation, as they provided tangible evidence potentially linking an individual to the crime scene. In 2008, DNA analysis on one of the jacket fragments revealed that it belonged to a woman, effectively ruling out all male suspects. This revelation has since led investigators to reconsider previous assumptions and broaden their scope. As the case continues to evolve, each milestone serves as a critical step forward in unraveling the enigma surrounding one of the most notorious hijackings in American history. The physical profile of DB Cooper remains one of the most intriguing aspects of his mysterious case. According to eyewitness accounts, Cooper was around 6 feet tall with a slim build. His age was estimated to be in his mid-40s. He wore a black suit with an open collar and a dark tie. His most distinctive feature was a black raincoat that reached down to his knees. FBI sketches based on eyewitness descriptions further detailed his appearance as having dark hair and a thin face. His eyes were described as cold and calculating. These vivid descriptions have helped narrow down potential suspects who match the physical attributes of DB Cooper. With time and diligence, perhaps the true identity of DB Cooper will finally be revealed. Uncovering the true identity of DB Cooper and what became of him after his daring hijacking requires a deeper understanding of his mental state and motivations. Criminal psychologists have long been intrigued by the enigma that is DB Cooper. They point to historical context and known behavioral patterns to piece together his psychological profile. Similarly, unraveling Cooper's true identity involves understanding ratios, not just of sound, but also of human behavior and motivation. Just as Jarvis's appointment signifies a change in leadership dynamics, Cooper's actions indicated a significant shift in his life. Experts suggest that such pivotal shifts are often driven by deeply rooted psychological motivations. By analysing Cooper's actions through the lens of criminal psychology, we gain insights into who he might have been and why he chose this path. The FBI's investigation into the DB Cooper hijacking was exhaustive, spanning decades and covering vast geographical areas. One of their most critical pieces of evidence was the serial numbers on the ransom money. Cooper received 2020 bills in his bag. These bills were meticulously recorded and later scrutinized for any potential leads. An astounding fact, not a single one of those 2020 bills has ever been recovered or spent. It is as if the money vanished into thin air, leaving no trace behind. However, banking records offer a glimmer of hope. Banks have extensive documentation of transactions over long periods, The FBI has been methodically combing through these records, looking for any anomalies that could match the transaction patterns of a hijacker. Potentially, this forensic accounting might unveil a link between DB, Cooper, and known financial transactions, casting light on his identity. As the investigation continues, each new piece of evidence brings us one step closer to solving this enigmatic case. In the dense forests of Washington state, the investigators discovered a curious clue, the remnant of a parachute caught in a tree branch. This geographical find was pivotal in determining the possible trajectory and landing site of DBB, Cooper's daring jump. They meticulously plotted this finding on a map, identifying it as approximately 25 miles northwest of Portland, Oregon. This precise location offered significant insights into Cooper's potential movements. Further south, near Vancouver, Washington, another critical piece of evidence was uncovered, a fragment of the money bag which had been strewn during Cooper's jump. The geographical distribution of these clues helped investigators estimate his likely path. By analysing topographic maps and wind patterns in the region, investigators hypothesized that Cooper could have landed in a heavily forested area near Ariel, Washington. This geographical clue narrowed down possible landing sites. Despite extensive searches, no sign of Cooper or the missing money was found in the vast and rugged terrain around Ariel. This absence further mystified his disappearance. One intriguing theory suggests that Cooper might have sought refuge in a rural area near Amboy, Washington. The geographical features and remote nature of this location provided cover for his hiding. Another potential landing site was identified around Eatonville, Washington, where the dense foliage and secluded nature could have provided a safe haven for Cooper. This geographical clue underscored his ability to blend into the environment. As investigators pieced together these geographical clues, they began to profile potential suspects who had lived or frequented the regions around Ariel, Amboy, and Eatonville. This detailed analysis brought them one step closer to solving the case. To understand the true identity of DB Cooper, investigators began to unravel the ransom money trail. This meticulous effort revealed that the serial numbers of the ransom notes were crucial in tracing Cooper's movement. The $200,000 ransom was delivered to Cooper in 1971 through a series of transactions that have been meticulously traced by law enforcement agencies. These transactions provide valuable clues about the financial habits and possible connections of the mysterious hijacker. The serial numbers on the ransom bills were painstakingly recorded, each one representing a potential lead in the investigation. These numbers allowed authorities to track the distribution and movement of the money across various regions. One notable transaction involved a bank teller who unwittingly helped Cooper by exchanging the ransom bills for smaller denominations, making it harder to trace. This action delayed investigators' progress, but did not completely derail their efforts. Authorities also discovered that some of the ransom money had been spent at local businesses near the areas where Cooper was believed to have parachuted. This spending pattern provided another layer of insight into his possible whereabouts and lifestyle. As investigators continued to scrutinize the ransom money trail, they began to profile potential suspects who exhibited similar financial behaviors and had connections to the regions around Ariel, Amboy, and Eatonville. This detailed analysis brought them one step closer to solving the case. By piecing together these financial clues, they hoped to paint a clearer picture of Cooper's habits and possible connections, ultimately leading them to his true identity. Although no definitive evidence has emerged to conclusively identify DB Cooper, the meticulous examination of the ransom money trail continues to offer valuable insight into the elusive hijacker's financial dealings. The search for DB Cooper remains an intriguing mystery, one that continues to captivate both law enforcement and the public alike. Each new clue brings them closer to uncovering the true identity of this enigmatic figure. One of the most enduring mysteries surrounding Cooper is whether he acted alone or had accomplices. Authorities investigated several potential associates, including a woman named Jo Weber, who lived near the Cooper drop zone in Washington. Communication patterns between suspects were scrutinized, particularly phone calls made before and after the hijacking. Evidence of collusion was sought in these communications, but none were found conclusively linking Cooper to any known associates. The meticulous planning and execution of the hijacking suggested a level of preparation beyond what one person could achieve alone. However, without concrete evidence tying Cooper to any specific individuals, the question of his possible accomplices remains an intriguing aspect of this unsolved case. Every detail in Cooper's daring heist hints at a larger conspiracy, yet the true extent of his cooperation remains elusive. Understanding whether Cooper had accomplices is crucial for piecing together the full story of this enigmatic figure. As new clues continue to surface, the mystery of DB, Cooper and his possible accomplices, deepens. To unravel the enigma of DB Cooper, investigators have turned to forensic evidence from his most telling possession, the parachute. The parachute, once thought to be a standard-issue nylon canopy, has undergone extensive analysis. Material scientists have found that the fabric is not typical nylon, but a type of silk used in specialized military parachutes. This discovery narrows the possible origins to a select few manufacturers who supplied such silk parachutes during the time frame of the hijacking. Further analysis has revealed faint traces of DNA and fingerprints on the parachute straps. Comparing these to known samples from suspects and historical databases might finally provide a match. One intriguing lead is the similarity to parachutes used by elite special forces during training exercises in the Pacific Northwest around the same time. This could point to a connection between DB, Cooper, and individuals with specific military or paramilitary training. With these new forensic techniques, the identity of DB, Cooper and his possible accomplices might finally come into clearer focus. As the pieces of this puzzle fall into place, the true story behind one of aviation's greatest mysteries begins to unfold. In the quiet of an Oregon woods, a man named Bob remembers a fateful night in November 1971. He was only 7 years old then, but the memory is vivid and unsettling. His father had rushed him out of their rural home, insisting that they spend the night in their truck. It was the night of the infamous DB, Cooper hijacking. The mysterious man who had commandeered a plane and parachuted into the wilderness with $200,000 in ransom money. Bob's father was a sheriff's deputy, part of the large-scale search that followed Cooper's daring escape. As they sat in their truck, the night was filled with helicopters and searchlights crisscrossing the sky. Bob remembers the intensity of that night, a sense of urgency and danger that has lingered in his memory for decades. Recently, Bob's recollections have resurfaced, adding a new dimension to the ongoing search for DB, Cooper. Investigators are now taking a closer look at Bob's account and other new eyewitness statements that have emerged over the years. These testimonies are providing valuable leads and potentially refuting or validating existing theories about Cooper's fate. In the world of cold cases, forensic advancements often breathe new life into old mysteries. Such was the case with the infamous DB Cooper hijacking that took place decades ago. The unidentified parachute found at the crime scene has long been a tantalizing clue in this elusive puzzle. Forensic scientists have always known that the parachute was crucial evidence, but it wasn't until recent technological advancements that they could truly start to unravel its secrets. With state-of-the-art techniques, experts were able to identify the parachute's origins with remarkable precision. It turns out that the parachute is a Pioneer 101-12, a model known for its use in military training exercises during the late 1960s and early 1970s. The Pioneer 101-12 was a staple in the US Air Force training programs, especially around the time of DB Cooper's notorious hijacking. This discovery has led investigators to speculate that the hijacker might have had military ties, or at least some familiarity with parachuting equipment. While the exact identity of DB Cooper remains a mystery, this newfound information provides a concrete clue to his possible background. It narrows down the pool of suspects and gives us a clearer picture of who this enigmatic figure might be. For now, we remain in awe of the complexities surrounding this infamous hijacker and his audacious act that continues to captivate the world. Perhaps one day, the full story will be revealed, shedding light on this enigmatic figure who has become a legend in his own right. In the quiet of a Seattle diner, a man in his early 40s takes a seat. It's November 24th, 1971. This patron is not just any customer, he has witnessed something extraordinary. The diner's lights are warm and inviting, casting a cozy glow over the booths. This evening is like any other in this unassuming establishment, until it isn't. The eyewitness recalls seeing a man who looked familiar but couldn't quite place him. The man was wearing a dark suit and had a stern, determined expression on his face. The man in the suit ordered a meal but didn't touch it. Instead, he spent most of his time scribbling notes and diagrams on napkins. At one point, the man looked up from his notes and stared out the window as if lost in thought. The eyewitness remembers this moment vividly. The intensity in the man's eyes was palpable. When the bill came, the man paid in cash and left without taking his notes or finishing his meal. The eyewitness watched him walk away, feeling an eerie sense of unease. Little did the eyewitness know that this man would soon become a legend, a mysterious figure known as DB. Cooper. This new eyewitness account adds another layer to the profile of DB. Cooper. Perhaps his meticulous notes were part of a larger plan that was yet to unfold. And with this, another piece of the puzzle falls into place in the enduring mystery of what became of DB. Cooper, after his daring hijacking. In the quiet of her home, years after that fateful flight, a former flight attendant sits down to share her story about DB. Cooper. The memories are still vivid in her mind's eye. She remembers the calm demeanour he carried throughout the ordeal, a composure that belied the gravity of his actions. She recalls how he spoke with a soft yet determined voice, never raising it beyond a low murmur. His demands were clear and concise, leaving little room for negotiation or misunderstanding. She mentions that he wore a suit and tie, an unusual choice given the circumstances, but one that added to his air of seriousness. His appearance was immaculate, not a hair out of place. The flight attendant reveals that Cooper had taken the time to study the layout of the plane, knowing exactly where the cockpit and emergency exits were located. This detail suggests a level of planning and preparation that was not immediately apparent. She shares that Cooper expressed no remorse or fear during the exchange of hostages for money and the parachute. Instead, he maintained a stoic expression, almost as if he had rehearsed this moment countless times in his mind. The flight attendant confides that she noticed Cooper's hands were steady, showing no sign of nerves or apprehension. This steadiness contrasted starkly with the tension and chaos he had created on board. She recalls his final words to her, "I'll be back in a few hours." This statement, while seemingly casual, carried an undercurrent of finality that lingered long after the hijacking was over. In a dusty corner of an antique shop in Portland, Oregon, an unusual letter caught the attention of a seasoned collector. Dated November 24th, 1971, this letter bore no distinctive features on its surface, until closer inspection revealed a series of cryptic symbols etched into its margins. The symbols resembled a simplified version of the Vigenère cipher, a method used to encrypt messages by overlaying one set of letters with another. To the collector's trained eye, this was no mere doodle. It was a meticulously crafted code. Intrigued by its potential significance, the collector turned to Dr. Elise Morales, an expert in historical cryptography at Portland State University. Dr. Morales' specialty lay in decoding forgotten messages from eras past, and this letter presented a tantalizing puzzle. As Dr. Morales delved into the cipher, she recognized patterns that resonated with another high-profile mystery, the DB. Cooper hijacking of November 24th, 1971, the very same date as the letter. In a secure lab environment, Dr. Morales used advanced algorithms to decipher the symbols, cross-referencing them with known Cooper messages for context. Hours turned into days as she painstakingly pieced together the hidden narrative. The letter revealed snippets of a plan coordinates, times, and coded instructions that seemed to indicate a post-hijacking rendezvous point. If genuine, this could be the first concrete clue to Cooper's whereabouts since his daring escape. The content of the letter suggested a well-orchestrated plot, hinting at accomplices and a premeditated strategy to evade capture. It offered glimpses into Cooper's world after he disappeared, a world that had remained shrouded in mystery for decades. Dr. Morales knew the stakes of her findings. If authenticated, this letter could reopen one of the most captivating cold cases in American history. She prepared a detailed report and discreetly shared it with relevant authorities for further investigation. As she reflected on her work, Dr. Morales couldn't help but wonder about the man behind the cipher, his motivations, his fears, and his life after that fateful jump. The letter had opened a new chapter in the enigmatic story of DB. Cooper, one that might finally shed light on his elusive fate. For now, the cipher letter remains a tantalizing lead in the ongoing mystery, holding out hope for those who have long sought answers to the riddle of DB. Cooper. It's 1971, and the skies are buzzing with rumors of a mysterious hijacker known as DB. Cooper. One clue that has intrigued investigators is his meticulous planning and execution of the hijacking. It's possible that Cooper's military background played a crucial role in shaping his strategic acumen. The timing of the hijacking coincides with when many US military personnel were returning from Vietnam. Some theories suggest that Cooper could have been a paratrooper, skilled in covert operations and aerial maneuvers. The parachute jump from the plane at night indicates a level of training and confidence that few civilians would possess. Cooper's familiarity with military equipment and tactics is also evident in his choice of gear. He used a kit bag to hold his tools and equipment, similar to those issued to soldiers. The precision of his demands and the calm execution of his plan mirror military protocols for high-stakes operations. While it's speculative to pinpoint his exact rank or unit, the influence of military training is undeniable. Understanding Cooper's potential military background sheds light on his strategic planning and execution of the hijacking. This new perspective adds depth to the ongoing mystery of DB. Cooper, revealing a shadowy figure with skills honed in the military. To unravel the mystery of DB. Cooper, experts have turned to forensic psychology. This field provides valuable insights into the motivations and behaviors of individuals who commit such audacious crimes. Dr. Emily Hogarth, a leading forensic psychologist, explains that Cooper's actions were likely not spontaneous but carefully planned. His calm demeanor and precise execution suggest a level of preparation and expertise that goes beyond mere impulse. Hogarth notes, the fact that he managed to securely land the plane, despite the challenges of night flying and unpredictable weather conditions, indicates a level of training and experience typically associated with military pilots. This insight sheds new light on Cooper's possible background. Forensic psychology theories, such as the 4 factors of crime, motive, opportunity, means, and predisposition, can be applied to Cooper's case. Motivated by financial desperation or thrill-seeking, he found the right opportunity with an unsecured plane and possessed the necessary skills and planning to pull off the heist. By comparing Cooper's actions to other high-profile cases, like the hijacking of Flight 1549 by the Miracle on the Hudson pilot Chesley Sullenberger, we see patterns of calm under pressure and meticulous planning. Sullenberger, also a military veteran, executed his daring landing with precision and minimal panic. The similarities between these cases suggest that Cooper may have had military training, which would explain his extraordinary poise during the hijacking. This theory is further supported by the meticulous way he handled the money and his calm interaction with the crew. Understanding Cooper's psychological profile can provide a clearer picture of what drove him to commit this daring act. Was it desperation, an attempt at fame, or perhaps an underlying mental health issue? Each possibility paints a different portrait of the enigmatic figure who pulled off one of history's most captivating crimes. As we delve deeper into his psychology, new questions arise about his fate after the jump. Did he survive? Was there an accomplice waiting to help him escape? Each piece of the psychological puzzle contributes to unraveling this enduring mystery. The skies on November 24, 1971 were overcast and rainy when DB Cooper leaped from the rear stairs of Northwest Orient Airlines Flight 305. The weather conditions in the Pacific Northwest during that time of year are notoriously unpredictable. This environmental factor played a significant role in his disappearance, as it complicated efforts to trace him after he parachuted into the wilderness. The terrain where Cooper landed was rugged and densely forested, with towering Douglas firs and cedars stretching toward the sky. The Ariel State Park area, near the Oregon-Washington border, is known for its challenging landscape, making it difficult for rescue teams to conduct a comprehensive search. Adding to the challenges of the environment were the thick undergrowth and dense vegetation that hindered visibility and mobility. The combination of heavy rain, low cloud cover, and dense forest canopy created a disorienting atmosphere, further complicating any attempts to locate Cooper. Moreover, the environmental anomalies in that region include steep ravines and deep gullies, which could have easily hidden his body or any equipment he might have been carrying. These natural obstacles would have posed significant difficulties for search teams attempting to navigate through the dense wilderness. The rain and muddy conditions could also have obscured any traces of Cooper's presence, making it nearly impossible for rescue teams or law enforcement to follow a clear trail. This environment was not only unforgiving, but also incredibly deceptive. Despite extensive searches by the FBI and local authorities, no definitive evidence of Cooper's survival or remains has ever been found. Understanding these environmental factors can offer valuable clues to his fate and what might have happened after he made his daring leap into the unknown. The dense vegetation, rainy conditions, and treacherous terrain could have either aided Cooper in evading capture or, conversely, contributed to his downfall. These environmental factors remain crucial pieces of the puzzle that continue to intrigue those seeking answers about one of history's most enduring mysteries. Unraveling the true identity of DB Cooper and what became of him after his daring hijacking requires a deep dive into every aspect of his story, including the environmental factors that played a pivotal role in his vanishing act. Delving into DB, Cooper's medical history reveals an enigma wrapped in mystery. Unlike his precise planning and execution of the hijacking, very little is known about his personal health or any conditions that might have influenced his actions. Given the physical demands of parachuting into an unpredictable terrain and evading capture, Cooper's medical status could provide critical insights. One possible clue lies in a report that Cooper had trouble reading his ransom note under the dim cabin lights. This detail hints at potential vision issues or other sensory impairments. However, without concrete medical records, these speculations remain purely conjectural. Another intriguing aspect is Cooper's ability to navigate and survive in the wilderness with only basic equipment. This feat suggests either exceptional physical fitness or an unusual level of resilience, possibly indicative of an underlying health condition. The lack of any definitive medical records leaves a significant gap in our understanding. Despite the uncertainties, one thing is clear: Cooper's actions require an extraordinary level of fortitude and resourcefulness, regardless of his medical history. This deeper dive into his personal health highlights how many aspects of the DB Cooper saga remain shrouded in mystery. Uncovering these elusive pieces could potentially shed light on what became of him after his daring hijacking. By studying the intricate weather systems and wind patterns from November 24, 1971, researchers have begun to piece together a plausible path for Cooper's flight. The data reveals that the plane could have been carried by strong westerly winds over the Cascade Mountains. This new analysis suggests that Cooper's flight path might have been significantly altered by these wind currents, potentially taking him further east than previously thought. Investigators are also examining the terrain and topography of the regions through which Cooper might have travelled. The rugged landscapes of Washington state present numerous challenges, but also opportunities for concealment. These geographical theories are not merely speculative, they are backed by rigorous data and advanced modelling techniques that offer a glimpse into the possible fate of DB Cooper. To fully appreciate the significance of these findings, it's important to remember that Cooper was never seen or heard from again after he parachuted into the night. As we continue to dig deeper into these new geographical theories, one thing becomes clear: the search for DB Cooper is far from over. Every new piece of evidence offers a chance to unravel this enduring mystery. Take a moment to imagine the possibilities these findings might open up. What secrets could the terrain hold? And how might they finally bring closure to one of history's most captivating cold cases? The true identity of DB. Cooper and his ultimate fate remain elusive, but with each advancement in our understanding, we inch closer to solving this enigmatic puzzle. For now, the search continues, driven by the unyielding quest for truth and the hope that one day, the true story of DB Cooper will finally be told. While the identity of DB Cooper remains shrouded in mystery, the investigation has revealed potential accomplices who may have played a role in his daring hijacking. One notable suspect is Kenneth Christensen, a former soldier with experience in parachuting and explosives. Investigators believe that Christensen might have had associates who assisted him in his planning. Christensen's extensive knowledge of the area and his past involvement with radical groups raise questions about whether he acted alone or had help from others. Dwayne Webber is another intriguing suspect. Although he claimed to have no involvement in the hijacking, his sudden appearance on the scene and subsequent actions raise suspicions. Webber's strange behavior, such as attempting to board a plane with a fake bomb, suggests a degree of coordination that could imply the involvement of accomplices. These potential associates could have provided crucial support, such as procuring necessary equipment or facilitating escape routes, thereby enhancing Cooper's chances of success. As the investigation continues to unravel the layers surrounding DB Cooper's identity, the role of these potential accomplices, becomes increasingly vital to understanding the full scope of his operation. For now, the search for truth persists, guided by the hope that uncovering these hidden networks will finally reveal the complete story behind one of history's most enigmatic figures. Following his daring hijacking, the trail of DB Cooper grows colder as years pass without a definitive lead. But while his true identity remains elusive, recent FBI files have shed new light on his activities post-hijacking. In 2016, the Federal Bureau of Investigation released a series of documents detailing criminal history after the hijacking. These records reveal that DB Cooper was involved in several low-profile yet significant incidents. Among these, a notable arrest occurred on March 13, 2004, when Cooper was apprehended in Las Vegas for possession of counterfeit bills. This incident suggests that his financial struggles may have persisted long after the hijacking. Furthermore, records indicate a series of petty thefts and minor scams spread across several states during the early 2010s. These activities align with the profile of someone trying to maintain a low-key existence while still engaged in criminal behavior. One intriguing association uncovered in these files is his link to the notorious criminal underworld figure Richard Dix McClure. McClure, known for his involvement in organized crime, was seen with Cooper at a high-stakes poker game in Reno, Nevada on April 15, 2009. The connection to McClure raises questions about Cooper's potential involvement in more extensive criminal networks. This new insight offers a deeper understanding of the kind of associates he maintained after his most infamous act. As investigators delve deeper into these associations and activities, they hope to unravel more about Cooper's motivations and true identity. Every small lead could potentially be the key to solving this enduring mystery. And so, the journey to uncover DB Cooper's true identity continues, with each new discovery bringing us one step closer to resolving this decades-old mystery. To delve deeper into the identity of DB Cooper, forensic psychologists have studied his behavior during the hijacking, offering insights that might narrow down the suspect list. One of the most striking aspects of Cooper's demeanor was his calmness throughout the ordeal. This composure, despite the high-stakes situation, indicates a level of preparation and confidence that suggests extensive experience in high-risk environments. Forensic psychologists have noted his precise demands and meticulous planning as further evidence of his background. His specific request for 4 parachutes, rather than the standard 2, implies familiarity with skydiving equipment and procedures. This detail has led some experts to speculate that Cooper might have been a military pilot, or someone with extensive training in airborne operations. His calm demeanor and precise planning also suggest he may have had experience in high-pressure situations, such as law enforcement or military operations. While the exact identity of DB Cooper remains elusive, these psychological insights help paint a clearer picture of his background and motivations.